Well, this is Paul Tyler here with Todd Jennings, founder of Ironman for ALS. Todd will be competing at the Ironman World Championships this October to raise money for the Brigance Brigade Foundation in Baltimore to support research and awareness for ALS. So thanks for joining us, Todd.
Thanks, Paul. Thanks for having me.
I guess first off, how did you get introduced to the sport of triathlon?
It's an interesting question. Actually, I was sitting on the couch watching NBC Sports, a replay of the 2005 Ironman World Championship, and they had a featured segment on John Blaze, who was diagnosed with ALS and was a triathlete as a special ed teacher, and decided that he wanted to, his goal was to make it to Kona and to be the first and only person to date with ALS to finish the Ironman World Championship. And after seeing his story, it was just so inspiring. I just felt blessed that I had, a blessed life. I had a roof over my head, healthy children. I just felt compelled to do something to give back. I'd spent my career climbing the corporate ladder and doing so much and focused on so many other things that it just kind of all hit me as a ton of bricks that there's so much more in life that was important. And, I just kind of heard this internal message from John, and through his message of trying to raise awareness for ALS, I said, I need help. And so I got off the couch and I started running shape. And the goal from day one when I started this was eventually to end up in Kona, to return to back where it all started, where John started his mission and where I heard his story.
Yeah, well, that's great. Have you had any sort of personal experience with ALS?
No, interestingly enough, fortunately, I've not had any close friends or family members that were affected by ALS. But it's also interesting that through this platform now and meeting people, and even when I get introduced to new folks and they ask me about triathlons and how I got started and I'm able to tell my story, I'm surprised because probably 6 to 7 out of 10 people that I talk to tell me that someone they know, a loved one or a friend, was diagnosed or passed away from ALS. So I'm dumbfounded by those numbers when I hear them, and it kind of goes back to the point that if so many people are affected, why is there not more awareness? Why is there not more being done to find a cure?
Yeah. Well, listen, this is great. Now, did you actually found this team this triathlon team initially to raise money for the cause?
Yes, that was its sole and only purpose. And the money is to help families families of patients with ALS and ALS patients with equipment, with care, to raise awareness and to provide money for research. In combination with Brigance Brigade, that's a primary focus for them, is to help those families. I think OJ's long-term vision would be to raise enough money to build a home for patients with ALS. A lot of folks don't think about the amount of care that has to be given to these patients. And you can put into perspective, what if there's a single caregiver and they become ill or they're sick, and then there's no one to take care of them? So I think the vision of a home would provide not only the facilities and equipment, but folks that could help support those patients when maybe there aren't loved ones around, or there is a need. So all of this is to go towards that long-term goal.
Well, you're spot on. Unfortunately, my dad suffers from ALS, and we're wrestling with those exact issues now. So it's a great cause you're pushing. Now, when did you actually take the pencil and write the date this October to compete in the Ironman? When did the dream turn into a reality for you?
Well, the dream turned into reality. That was probably right around the 4th of July, just shortly after that I received a notification from Diana Birch, who is the race director for the Ironman, and received an invite to participate in the event. This will be the 5th anniversary since John's passing, and she had heard about my mission, the goal, the awareness. I think the Ironman Corporation has been extremely supportive of the story of John Blaze as well as ALS patients, and so I was fortunate enough, and that's when the dream became a reality, and it really hit home. And the last couple of weeks leading up to the race, the emotions have been building. Me going out there and be able to compete. I'm using my arms and my legs for all of those patients, and that do not have that ability to do it, and I race for them.
Well, that's great. What's going to be the toughest leg for you out there on the Big Island?
I think for me the toughest leg will probably be the run. In any of the races, I think being at the end is obviously makes it one aspect of being tough, but even more so from the venue being in Kona, you've got the elements to deal with of the heat and the wind. And I think last year they said the road temperature on the back part of the run was about 135 degrees. I mean, you're running through the lava fields, and you've got all this black lava just absorbing the sun. So you're probably just cooking out there. I think that for me will be the toughest part. I think that's where I'll dig the deepest and really reflect emotionally on the purpose and why I'm running, because it's not about me. It's about those with ALS and trying to, so that others can live. I mean, that's the mantra that we race by, and kind of the way I live my life every day now.
Oh, that's great. Now, if people want to support you and support the Brigance Brigade Foundation, what should they do?
Well, I mean, I think there's a couple things they can do. We're, in this day and age of social media and then the internet and people being connected, I would hope they would share the Brigance Brigade website with family, friends, coworkers, just to get the awareness and spread it that way. They can also go online and donate at gofundme.com/Ironman, the number 4 ALS. And 100% of that donations will go to the Brigance Brigade to help fund equipment, the necessary things that the families need of ALS and ALS patients.
Well, that's great. Todd, listen, thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule, and good luck on the race. Good luck with the fundraising. We'll look forward to watching your progress real time out in Hawaii. Thanks.
Thank you.